What in the hell are Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg doing having dinner at the White House, and why is Trump entertaining that? Let's talk about this right now. All right, guys. So yesterday we saw that some of your favorites, some of the who's who in the tech world, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. I know you want to spit when you say those names. Yesterday they attended the White House, had dinner after participating in a daytime AI education task force event. Doesn't that make the hair on the back of your neck just stand up and make you feel good? The dinner served as a showcase for collaboration between Trump, his administration, and the tech leaders, highlighting major commitments in AI, manufacturing, education, and global health. Yikes! Gates specifically used the opportunity to advocate for leveraging AI and innovation to combat diseases and support global healthcare and development. We've already seen what that dude's done in Africa. I want to talk about that. Robbie Starbucks says it's infuriating to see Bill Gates at the White House in a position of honor. I want a future where we stop giving power to evil people like Gates. He's a globalist who hates the America First ideology. His God complex deserves nothing but contempt. I can't tell you how evil this man is, and here we are pandering to him. He's seated next to the First Lady, Melania Trump, and here's what he had to say. Play the clip.
Well, I'm in the second phase of my career, giving away all the wonderful money that Satya's good work has helped
All right, stop right
multiply.
there. This is what I call a philanthropath. This is a psychopath who's trying to parade around in the costume of being a philanthropist. He uses his money in philanthropy in order to seat himself in the middle of the global conversation. But at the end of the day, his best intentions are not for people or humanity or the globe, because the dude is literally it rubs the lotion on its skin psychopath. Keep playing it.
A lot. But I think the thing that ties my first career that I still spend some time on, because AI is so phenomenal. And my second career is innovation, innovating in health in areas like vaccines or gene editing. And the president and I are talking about taking American innovation to the next level to cure and even eradicate some of these diseases. He mentioned polio, which is one that we're close. We don't need new science on that one. For some like HIV and sickle cell, we do
stop
need
right there.
New science.
This is the same guy who literally helped wipe out a generation in Africa, who has pushed for global population reduction. So when I hear when Bill Gates is saying he wants to eliminate certain diseases, methinks, based on his history, he wants to eliminate the people who have those diseases. I mean, it stands to reason. That's how you get rid of the disease. You get rid of the people that have them. I mean, that's his philosophy. That's his ideology. But let's hear him out. Play it.
But the U.S. Has the seeds that in the same way that Warp Speed took those seeds and put them together, I think something fantastic can be done. AI for our foundation is that
Stop it right there. The fact that he's still talking about Operation Warp Speed sitting there next to the president, Donald Trump still has not apologized or taken back his part in Operation Warp Speed. Folks, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Play the clip.
Doctor for everyone in Africa through AI. We want farmers to have incredible advice and, kids to have a chance to learn. So
synthetic meat.
The work being done by the people at this table is changing the world. It's, coming fast. So it's great. We all get together and talk about how the U.S. can lead in this key area and apply it even to the poorest outside the U.S. as well as to our great citizens. So thank you for incredible leadership, including getting this group together.
Hey guys, we'll get back to the video in just a moment. When inflation jumps, you hear that the national debt is over $37 trillion. Do you ever think maybe now would be a good time to buy some gold? You should, whether as a hedge against inflation, peace of mind during global instability, or just for sensible diversification, Birch Gold Group believes every American should own physical gold, so they've created something special. Until September 30th, if you're a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 in free metals on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, request an info kit right now. Text CHAD, I spell it Chad, to 989898. Plus, Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA backed in physical gold. And you're still eligible for the rebate on free metals of up to $10,000. Birch Gold is the only precious metals company I trust, as do tens of thousands of their customers. So make that decision right now. If it's your first time to buy gold, take advantage of a rebate up to $10,000 when you buy by September 30th. Text my name, Chad, to 989898. Claim your eligibility and get a free info kit on how you can diversify your retirement backed by gold. Again, text Chad to 989898. Incredible leadership as he looks at Donald Trump. This is what bothers me. There's so much to unpack here. They're literally talking about creating a fake world, a fake matrix in which you are going to have nothing and be very happy. I mean, this reeks of World Economic Forum. They're talking about AI, an artificial intelligence, an artificial world where they create artificiality and you learn to love it and like it. Mark Zuckerberg was there. He was sitting at the table. He was having din-din with the prez. Let's not forget, this is a post from Laura Loomer. Our own FBI director said Mark Zuckerberg's a criminal who engaged in criminal election fraud. He did. By the way, I sued Mark Zuckerberg. I sued Facebook and won in February of 2021. I'm sorry, 22, February of 22. I'm the only person in Texas who ever did that. You know why? Election interference. And I won. Zuckerberg's having dinner at the White House sitting next to President Trump. That's a little accountability. Let's play this clip. This is back. Listen to Kash Patel, the FBI director.
Pretending to care about American democracy and the election. This guy spent $400 million last election cycle, and I don't care what he says. He is going to spend money somehow, some way in this election cycle. And let's put that aside. He owns one of the largest social media companies on earth in Facebook, Meta, and Instagram. I didn't hear the CEO and owner, Mark Zuckerberg, come out and say, I guarantee you my companies will not participate in censorship at the behest of the FBI or anyone else in the federal government, like we did in the last two elections, like we did with Hunter Biden's laptop, like we did with the 51 Intel letter. He could have said that, but he didn't, because he wants it to happen. And as a sort of proactive, preemptive move to say, oh, I told you so, he came out to the media and said, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter to these guys, because they're going to go past November 5th. And if they get their way and Harris is awarded the victory, they're just going to be like, nothing to see here. And if Donald Trump wins, they'll come back and say, see, our companies tried to comply. But it's BS. And Zuckerberg is the biggest fraud in big business.
No question about it. No question about it. I mean, this is, according to Laura Loomer, I mean, she's absolutely right. Can't believe Zuckerberg deplatformed Trump, a sitting U.S. president, the greatest president ever in 2021. And now in 2025, Zuckerberg's sitting next to the same president he called a threat to our nation and having dinner looking like a robot in the Trump White House. What do we make of this? Folks, you got Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg strutting around the White House like it's their personal country club. They're pandering to Trump, pretending to be saviors of humanity. And I got to say it. These two men are the last people who ought to be shaping anything with American policy. I mean, you look at Bill Gates, horrible human being, the guy who built a monopoly by crushing competitors, stealing and buying his way into dominance, then rebranded himself as some kind of saint through philanthropy, like he said. Well, it's not really philanthropy when it just so happens to grow your own wealth and influence, Bill. He's going to tell farmers around the world how to grow food while he's buying up massive swaths of farmland. See, he's going to line his pockets by talking about helping farmers. He owns the arable land in this country. Let it sink in. He's going to tell you to cut back on your carbon footprint while he hops on his private jets. That goes without saying. I mean, the hypocrisy of that is so deep, we've even quit talking about or worrying about it. He's going to sell you synthetic meat while securing control of the food chain. And now he's whispering in the ears of Trump and our leaders pushing AI and health programs that always seem to funnel back into the industries that he's invested in. And then there's Zuckerberg. Old Zuck, the biggest nerd on the planet. I don't know, Bill Gates gives him a run. These are both punks that got, they were nobodies in school. And now they're going to be the biggest bullies in the world. You got Zuckerberg, Mr. Free Speech turned censor-in-chief. The guy that builds Facebook into a surveillance machine and then turned it into the Ministry of Truth during the election cycles. When I was with J.D. Vance at the White House, and I had an opportunity to ask him a question, I said, when are we truly going to hold these companies accountable? Because they're not backing off on the censorship. These are the same people who would not allow for Hunter Biden's laptop to be admissible or even discussed. You couldn't even post a picture of Hunter Biden in his underwear on social media without getting a 30-day ban. They haven't changed. Oh, they lightened up a little. Because these are the guys that are deciding which opinions are allowed and which ones get you silenced. Mark Zuckerberg's the guy that sells your data. He manipulates the flow of information and undermines the very foundation of open discourse in America. And what's his reward? He gets a seat at the table in the White House acting like a visionary leader while the platform he built has turned millions of Americans into dopamine-addicted screen zombies. Well, let me give you the bigger picture. And you really ought to be pissed off, because I'm pissed off. I am pissed off that these people, one, they're not in jail. They should be in jail. Bill Gates should be in jail. Sitting there while the president nods along. No, sir. No, Mr. President, no. Gates wants to control what you eat. Let that sink in. He wants to control how you're treated when you get sick. Let that sink in. He wants to control what policies shape your life. Let that sink in. Zuckerberg wants to control what you think and what you read and how you communicate. So between the two of them, that's food, health, speech, and thought. Those are your basic freedoms, cornered by unelected billionaires who've never had to answer to you, no, I did not vote for this. And no, I don't think this is 4D chess, 5D chess, 6D chess. I don't think this is in any way, shape, or form redeemable if we're going to continue this kind of crap in the White House. The White House should never be the stage for these men. It should be a place where leaders serve the people, not where Gates pushes his lab-grown food bullshit empire and Zuckerberg polishes his dystopian metaverse dreams. These guys are not innovators. They're technocrats who steal ideas, and they have a God complex. And the fact they're pandering at the White House while being treated like royalty is exactly what's wrong with America's relationship with elites. You want to demand files from the Epstein tragedy and horrors, but yet the same elitists who have guarded and protected this information are welcome to the freaking table. Folks, we didn't vote for Gates or Zuckerberg. They don't deserve power over your life just because they made billions of dollars off software and social media. The White House ought to remember that. I got to tell you, folks, every single American out there ought to be uneasy right now. If you got Bill Gates parading around like he's some kind of damn savior, everything that he's done should disqualify him from being the moral compass of this nation or any nation. These guys built an empire by crushing competition and manipulating markets and creating monopolies. It's not a clean story of innovation. It's cutthroat, predatory garbage that silences everybody else so that they can have dominance. Philanthropaths, remember that word. They use philanthropy to guard, hide, and to fund their psychopathic nature. Bill Gates and Zuckerberg do not deserve to be sitting at that table or have the ear of this president. And I'm ashamed that they did. All right, subscribe, click like. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I don't care if you disagree with me. I'm right on this one. I'm right. And there's nothing you can say to change my mind. Folks, like, subscribe, tune into the Chad Prather Show Monday through Thursday, 11:10 Central. There in the morning. Also get my new book, Born for Meaning. I'd love for you to grab it over on Amazon. Leave a rating and review. In the meantime, we're praying for our country. We're praying for our president. We're praying for those who claim to be leaders over us. Because if we keep going down this path, folks, we're all doomed with a destiny of destruction. I love you guys. God bless you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.